breaking news right now on Kcal 9 News at 4.
Now at 4, breaking news in Panorama City where several people were shot. Hi everyone, I'm Susie Sa.
And I'm Serene Branson in for Juan Fernandez. This is Kcal 9 News at 4 and we're streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. Gunfire broke out in the area of Parthenia Street and Tobias Avenue. Kcal 9's Lauren Posen is live for us at the scene. And Lauren, what have you been able to find out so far?
Well, within the last 2 minutes, I just got off the phone with LAPD, and they tell me that one person has died and multiple people are hurt. They say this is a fluid situation, and investigators are on scene here right now trying to put all the pieces together. Now, we're at Parthenia in Tobias, and the police tell me that the call came in at 2:27. There's a lot of questions here. It's unclear if the shooting happened in the Valley Indoor Swap Meet or outside, but there are a bunch of people gathered outside here and across the street from the swap meet watching police as they investigate here. They are canvassing the scene and collecting evidence. I want to show you evidence, video rather, from Sky News 9. This is what it looked like overhead as police were responding. And again, we know that one person is dead and multiple people are hurt. We are going to continue to be in contact with police here, and I'll bring you updates throughout the newscast. There's a lot of people, as I mentioned, standing around here. I asked if they saw or heard anything. These folks didn't want to talk, but I'm going to continue to try to talk to other people, and I'll bring you updates as we get them throughout the newscast. For now, reporting live in Panorama City, Lauren Posen, Kcal 9 News.
It's time for Dodger Baseball.
Remembering an LA legend, the voice of the Dodgers and an iconic sportscaster. Fans across the Southland are honoring the beloved Vin Scully, who died at the age of 94.
LA is different today. Part of its sound, part of its soul is gone.
Yeah, we are remembering legendary Dodgers announcer Vin Scully, and we have live team coverage beginning with sports director Jim Hill. Jim.
It's the memories we have that will never leave us. And there's some fond memories for all of us, that's for sure. The sports world is still in mourning after the loss of a broadcasting icon. And people today we talk to, it's clear the impact Vin Scully had on others and the legacy he leaves behind. And some of those who knew him best across his 67-year Hall of Fame career shared their thoughts with me today.
What Vin did for baseball, you can't really measure it. Not only Southern California, but throughout the whole world. His legend will continue. He was an iconic figure, did more for baseball in Southern California than probably anyone to heighten the awareness, get fans excited. And like I said, he was the best there was.
One of the last things he said when he retired was, don't be sad that it's over. He said, be glad that it happened. And that's so special. And that's just like him, being so unselfish. And he's just a peach of a man. So baseball lost an icon today. And I hate it, and I know you hate it. But he'll be looking at us from upstairs, and he'll be announcing some of the games for God. It'll be good.
He was a kind and decent human being. And he was utterly comfortable within his own skin. He never tried to be anybody else. Oh, everybody else tried to be him. But Vin was unique. He was intelligent. He was curious. He was smart. He had a vocabulary next to none, and the impeccable timing of a broadcaster, the likes of which nobody has ever had. He was everything.
And he was brutally honest. As a matter of fact, when he would criticize some players, they would find out about it and they would say, wow, what a compliment. I got criticized by Vin Scully. Wow. That's when you know you've really made it. Wow. He's something special. He's our North Star. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
Well, I know he was an absolute idol to you, Jim, personally.
Oh, he was everything to me.
Can you share your greatest memory? One of many, I'm sure. Mm-hmm.
Vinny told me at one time, he said, if you go into a press conference and it starts at 10 o'clock, be in your seat at 9:30. Mm-hmm. When they say ask for questions, you raise your hand and you start asking. and you don't stop until they recognize you. And one of the other things, he said, you know, Jimmy, then I know he meant business then. He says, when you're traveling, he said, I don't care whether it's a red eye or in the middle of the night or the middle of the day, whatever, put your shirt and tie on. And I do.
Wow.
And I always will.
I love that.
He is my idol. I mean, he's, you know, there's some people, you know, you aspire to be like. We know we never can, but it's always worthwhile reaching for that star.
What I think is so impressive too is that he had an impact on, you know, big names like Jim Hill.
Sure.
To my mom, who I talked to this morning, and she said she woke up crying because that was the voice of her childhood. She remembers her mother and father having every Dodger game on the radio, and it was a voice of her childhood. So I think it's just amazing how he impacted so many lives.
So many generations.
Yes.
Yeah, and one of the cool things is you could go to Dodger Stadium, sitting watching the game live, and all the hundreds of the thousands of people with their radios listening to Vin Scully, and they're there watching it.
Right.
All right. Jim, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Well, whether you were a fan in the 50s or in the 2000s, Vin Scully reached cross generations.
You didn't have to know his past to realize what an incredible man he was and what an amazing gift he gave to LA and to the world of sports. Kcal Dt.'s Jake Reiner is live for us at Dodger Stadium, where fans young and old are reminiscing. Hi, Jake.
Hey there, Serene and Susie. And just like Jim was mentioning about wearing a shirt and a tie every day because of Vin Scully, I decided to wear a shirt and a tie today. I do have a jacket, but it's just a little bit too hot out here for that. I'm going to step out of the way and take a look at this kind of growing memorial. And the cool thing about this that is connected to the story that we did today is all of the things you see here were laid down by people from all different generations, all different ages of Dodgers fans, young and old, leaving flowers and candles and baseballs behind for the beloved Vin Scully.